Guys, give it up for your next comic, all the way from Manhattan, Abby Washuta.
I'm your token vagina. Don't panic, I'm not just gonna stand up here and talk about my period. Not for the full 10 minutes. Buckle in. Gotta smile. Saw it. Happened. Period jokes, guys. That'll do it. I know I look like a washed up former sorority sister, right? Who just keeps coming to the meetings, even though she graduated in 2004. Right? I just look like really excited to see what Tri-Delta is gonna do for fundraising this year. I hope it's cookies, you guys. I fucking seriously hope it's cookies. I do. Guys, I'm going through a divorce. Got out of a 15-year marriage. Aww. I know. If you ask my ex, he would tell you that the reason we ended it is because I have an ego problem. Right? But I was like, that's not what my fans are telling me. You know what I mean? Not one tweet about it. It's like, I think I would have heard. To be fair, after all that time together, I just realized that we fundamentally disagreed about important stuff, right? Like it turned out he wanted 5 or maybe even 6 children. Huh? Okay? No. And I wanted maybe 1 orgasm. Just ever. And I was like, how do you come to an agreement about it? We couldn't. I had to go. That's cool. I have a boyfriend now, which is new. You guys just don't know him because he goes to a different school. This is the part where I usually do a dick pic joke, but it doesn't feel right in this basement. So I'm gonna cut it. And as you can tell from my outfit, I'm from New Jersey originally. If you guys stay to the end of the show, Neil and Mike are actually, for the finale, they're gonna just jump through a flaming pair of my earrings. I actually tell people that I'm from New Jersey, and I don't say that I'm from like 20 minutes outside the city. Right? Because where the fuck is that exactly? New York City is the only place that people want so badly to be associated with that people have to tell you. It doesn't matter how tenuous the connection, right? It's like, oh yeah, I'm from 20 minutes outside the city. I'm from 2 hours outside the city. I'm from 3,000 miles outside the city, California. Maybe you heard of it. Right? No one does that with any other place. No one tells you they're from 20 minutes outside of Nevada. Where? Mexico? Is that what you mean? Where is that? And I'm Italian-American from New Jersey, which means essentially no one in my family has spoken a word of Italian in 4 generations. Right, we're quick to jump down your throat if you pronounce the cold cuts incorrectly. My brother's like, it's the mozzarella. Fucking no, it's not. Like, you couldn't even find Italy on a map, could you? He's like, it's the boot one. It's the boot one. I know. I know. Don't test me. It's weird, too, because we're also half Irish, or whatever.
Woo!
Yeah. Oh, you guys, too? Yeah. Lots of people in here, I bet. And, like, you know, we're about as Irish as we are Italian, and my mom cooks, like, lots of Irish food. But my brother's never called me and been like, yeah, you coming down the Maz? We're going to have corned beef and cabbage. It's going to be delightful, right? We never do that. And then also, because you're Italian-American, it doesn't matter, like, what exactly their job is. But no matter what, all the dudes in my family imagine that they're like low-level gangsters out of some kind of like De Niro movie. Yeah. Like I went to dinner with my uncle, and the waitress or the hostess is seating us, and he's like, yeah, we want to sit in the back with our backs to the wall and our eyes forward. That's what we want to do. I was like, Uncle Tony, you're a fucking insurance broker. What are you so worried about? He's like, no, one time, give a guy a bed premium, he came at me. You know what I mean? He came at me. Now I sleep with 3 eyes open. That's how all the men are in my family. My father, he died of cancer a few years ago, but he was like too Jersey Italian. You know what I mean? He didn't have time for cancer. You know what I mean? He just didn't. And he was such a pain in the ass about it. You know what I mean? He really was. So I did that in the eulogy. It didn't go over that well, that joke, I'll tell you what. I know. I did do jokes in the eulogy, you know what I mean? Because I'm a new comic and all stage time is good stage time. So. I did stuff. Like, how did it go? Like, it went about as well as any of my sets go, which is like, you know, there was some laughter, there was some silence, and at the end there was my mother weeping and questioning my life choices. Jokes are for clowns, Abby, jokes are for clowns. But my dad, like, I remember the first day trying to get him to go, his first day of chemotherapy. I'm like, okay, we're gonna go, let's get going. And he goes, yeah, no, I'm not doing it. I can't go today. I said, what? We're not doing it. What do you mean? We're in a hospital, you're in a wheelchair, you're in a hospital gown, you have a better option, you got a better offer? What do you do? He's like, not today. You know what? I'm not doing it. I'm not today. Call the doctor. I'm not going. I was like, what do you mean you're not going? He's like, you know, Ab, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something right now, okay? I'm not feeling very well. I said, yeah, you have cancer. That's one of the symptoms of cancer, right? If you Google it, right? WebMD, right at the top, cancer, not feeling very well. Right at the top of the cancer symptoms. I was like, what's the matter with you? That's the whole point, it's where we're gonna go. I said, what would that phone call even sound like? He'd be like, yeah, Doc, it's Steve, listen, I can't with the chemo today. I can't, you know what, I can't. Yeah, I got a lot on my plate, I got a lot of balls in the air, you know what I mean? Hey, listen, I don't know if I'm dealing with cancer here. I got a lot going on. How about this? I'll work out the cancer thing. I'll call you about the chemo. How about that? We'll do that. That's it. So, thank you, Dad, for the jokes. That's weird. Have you ever noticed that you have to, if you talk to dead people in public, you have to look up like that? That's a very important little thing, right? Because it's just a simple, like, 45-degree angle, but it's like all the difference, right? Because, like, if you're looking up, it's like, oh, like, Dad, thanks for the jokes. I miss you. Right? But then if you do the same thing and you just 45 degrees down, like, Dad, thanks for the jokes. I miss you. It's like, oh, that's kind of sweet. And it's like, oh, that's schizophrenia. That's it. Does she think he's here? He's not. That's weird. Divorce is weird. I'll get back to the divorce thing. You have to do things now that, like, our parents' generation maybe didn't have to do when they got divorced, like when you separate the assets. You gotta do the house and the car and the bank account. But there's other stuff now we have to separate that is, like, I think more difficult to deal with. Like, what do we do about the shared Netflix account? Yeah, we were together 15 years. That's serious. You know what I mean? That algorithm was just right. Like, we were at the point where Netflix understood that this was something we would like to watch, you know? And that's a real victory, right? When Netflix makes a recommendation and you watch it and you like it, you're like, thank you, Netflix, you get me. You fucking get me, right? I have a new account now. This thing doesn't fucking know me, okay? It doesn't know me. I had one bad night. I made one bad decision. That won't stop fucking recommending that I watch the Gilmore Girls. Shut your mouth, Netflix. You know how many hours of foreign language documentaries I had to sit through to get my user history up to the point where I was proud to display it on a big screen TV at the Orange is the New Black season premiere party? A lot. It's just a lot. You can't do that with my new account. Like, hey, Abby, can we use your account to watch the Stranger Things premiere? No, you may not. Why? Well, because I can't be in a situation where a room full of people whom I respect find out that based on my viewing history, Netflix thinks I might also enjoy A Dolphin's Tale. Not prepared to handle that kind of judgment. And then I could keep the old account, right? But that's got its own series of pitfalls. Every time I log in, Netflix has to remind me that I'm alone now, right? Get to the main screen, it's like, oh, who's watching? Is it Abby or Joe? I'm like, shut up, Netflix. Joe's not here right now. Thanks for fucking bringing it up. And then I'm crazy because I'm a girl. So I get to that point. You're at the screen. Ladies, what do? You toggle to his account. You see what he's been watching, and you figure out what kind of information you can glean from it, right? Research. So I check. Turns out he's been watching Pride and Prejudice. Okay, so obviously getting laid. It's the Keira Knightley version. So that whore's got good taste in movies, you guys. That's fine. And then I'm crazy. Like, what if he's doing the same thing with my account, right? And then I get on my old account and I'm watching, like, Die Hard 3 and WrestleMania documentaries and shit. Right? Everybody's getting laid. How about that? How about that? What else can I tell you guys? I moved in with my mother for a period of time when I was going through the divorce. Don't do this. I moved out when I was 18, moved back in at 33. It was me, my mom, and my aunt living together in this, like, small apartment. People were like, oh, that's kind of funny. You're a comic. You should write about it. So this fall on Fox, you guys, the series premiere of Murder Suicide. You will love it. It was really tough to live with her. She's a lovely lady, but she's like comes to a lot of the shows. She's really supportive. She has a lot of rules when she comes to the shows. She doesn't want me to curse, which is a problem because I'm from Jersey, right? But she's like, there's a lot of very popular comics who don't curse in their sets. Yeah. Have you ever heard of Jerry Seinfeld? No. Who is that? He's actually performed at Madison Square Garden once. Yeah, he did. Did you ever think of performing there? Well, why don't you call them, Ab? Just call them. Well, you haven't, have you? I'm your mother, but I do know a few things. You could, that would be. And she also doesn't want me to talk about sex when she comes to the shows. She has to whisper the word sex because she was raised Irish Catholic. And if you whisper it, Jesus can't hear you. guys, it's been my time. My name is Washuta. Thank you for coming out.